Hello, how are you? I felt inspired to come out here to talk really quick about emotion. Okay. We talk a lot, or I've talked a lot, and I usually do with my job. So, what do you do with that? Especially when it's perceived as a negative emotion, something that is heartbreaking or feels like it weighs us down or just, I don't know, it hurts, right? Um, And sometimes, depending on how empathic people are, which is just a sensitivity level on picking up, sometimes people are more in tune with other people's emotions. Um, and depending on how sensitive you are, sometimes you feel that stronger than other times. But in any case, or even how attached you are to a person. Um, Sometimes our emotions are our own, and sometimes they come from other people. Emotions are contagious, much like my last video where I was talking about energy, vibration, right? I compare emotion a lot of times with energy because there is a vibrational aspect to it. There's if you're feeling somewhat calm, but you're not being conscious about it or intentional, and you walk into a room of people that are really stressed out, you're going to quickly react to that. And that's why I always emphasize the importance of mindfulness and intentionality and recognizing, okay, if I'm feeling this way, is this coming from me and my own experience or my environment, right? And then what do I do with that? How do I be responsive versus reactive? Because sometimes we're just feeding the problem. And that was me, I think, yesterday or no, a couple days ago. I actually put a short out about it because I was starting to react. I was starting to feel like, oh my goodness. And part of that was I wasn't really grounded that day. And that's so important, especially for people who tend to be more empathic, is you have to ground yourself so that you have that stability within yourself to be able to find your calm and tap into it. But in any case, sometimes emotion can overtake us, and sometimes it's because of what we're going through in life, and it is our own. Whatever the case may be, it's something that we're experiencing, so it becomes us, our own anyway. And I just wanted to give a quick little life hack in what I do when I feel overwhelmed with emotion, especially of the negative variety, right? By the way, I also wanted to highlight, just because I love it, you could see the tree behind me. The short video that I did, you couldn't see the color because it was dark already, but look at how pretty it matches my hair. Sorry. I know I'm a geek. It's just little things that make me happy, though. That's why I always say hashtag happiness is in the moments, because it really is, you know? And to remember that, what are the things that put a smile on your face so that you can tap into that emotion in times where you feel dark or overcome or whatever the case may be? Because we do smile throughout the day. We just don't remember it as poignantly as we do when we're sad or upset or crying, because those are the emotions we usually try to avoid, so we notice them more. So mindfully notice when you smile so that later on in the day, if you're feeling overwhelmed, you can remind yourself, and it kind of uplifts your you could say vibration, but it uplifts your spirit. It makes you feel better, right? Or sometimes when we look forward to something that we know is going to make us happy, then we can focus on that with intentionality of, I want to be happy, or I want to feel this particular way and not that way. So I'm going to focus on the things that make me feel that way. But in any case, back to what I was saying. So sometimes emotion hits us really hard, regardless of what causes it, right? And I'll use a personal example. I was watching a video, I was listening to something, and all of a sudden I was overcome with just heart-wrenching emotion. I went into the bathroom and I just cried. So the important thing is when you feel something, allow yourself to feel. A lot of times and instinctually in the past, I would have like bottled that down, maybe saved it to cry later, or I'd get a whole bunch of it and then I'd have a good cry at the end of the week or something. It's not that I was afraid of emotion, but when I was more egotistical, I certainly didn't want to appear weak in front of people. So I would detach. And I think everyone does that on some level to some degree, or have at some point in their life. And we got to be careful with that because we don't always remember to come back to it, to allow to release it. So what I've started doing in my life is when I feel something, I allow myself to feel it. If I have to step into the bathroom to just feel, whether it's, in this case, I'm using crying or being sad or upset, I allowed myself to feel it. I cried it out. And then what I do, especially now that I've been doing more energy work, is I just kind of like did this, one of those things like move the energy, get it away, right? And then I use an intentional prayer, and everyone believes in different things. If you believe in God, Jesus, Buddha, you can pray to these people, if you will. Some people don't believe in a higher being, but it's still important to believe in yourself. So maybe it's praying to your future self or a perfect version of yourself. I don't usually like to use the word perfect because there's no such thing, but maybe beyond this plane of existence there is. I don't know. That's the thing. None of us really know. Faith can sustain us. It can certainly be a resiliency for sure. But always be mindful that it's not being used against yourself or against others, because that's not what it's intended for. Anyone who believes in a higher being, whether that be angels, God, spirit, ancestors, some people say ascended masters, whatever the case may be, whatever your faith, whatever your belief system, or I don't believe in any of that, but I believe in myself. I believe in a wise mind of myself, they'll say in DBT. You can still, there's still something you can pray to, right? A better version of myself. What would if I wasn't experiencing all of these things, what would I feel if I was a better version of myself? What would I think? Whatever the case may be. You do you, okay? And if it's not for you, then it's not for you. But in any case, I pray to God, Spirit, all those that I've lost, angels. I believe in all of them. I've seen too much in my life not to, quite truthfully, but whatever the case may be, I don't push that on other people because we're all where we need to be, and then we grow from there, right? But in any case, when I feel that and I try and push it away, I'll just pray and say, God, please take this up to the higher realms, to heaven, to yourself, to your heart, and transmute it. Let's alchemize this stuff. Let's change it into something that can work for us. So I'll say, please take these negative emotions and these experiences that may have caused them and transmute it into peace, love, light, hope, healing. And then I ask, multiply it infinity fold, and then give back. Disperse it throughout the universe, both time and space. We don't need to make it linear. Where it's needed most in order to perform healing, to give hope, to spread love, all of those things, to give peace, because so many people need that right now. And we're all so connected, and we forget that. So I don't ask for it to go to one particular person or back to myself or any of that. It's like I trust it in God's hands. Do with it what you will. Just please change it into positivity. right? Help heal hearts, help spread love, help give peace. Because those are the things that raise our vibration. Those are the things that make us feel better. Okay? Even if someone sends me negativity, whether it's a side eye or a harsh words or even belief systems, whatever the case may be, I don't return to sender. I say, no, give me that. It's send it to God. Send it to whomever can do something positive with it and make good. I know this is heavy, deep, and not everyone's going to be able to hear this, and that's okay. It's important for the ones who can to learn that there's something you can do with that. You can be proactive. You don't have to hold on to it. You don't have to bury it down. You can process it, release it, and let it transform into something beautiful. It's like anything else. You can take heartache and turn it into inspiration, right? In your own life. We've all had heartbreak from all sources, and we can either sit in that and feel sorry for ourselves, which for a little time when we're trying to process, we all do. That's normal. But then we want to, and again, these are words, don't get hung up on the words, but we want to transmute that into something that can work for us, something that we can feel inspired by, something that we can be productive with, right? And then we feel better. We feel better about ourselves. We feel better about just life in general. So it's doing the same thing in a sense, where we don't feel like we're just sitting with emotion that's bogging us down. Allow yourself to clean it out of your system, breathe it out. Sometimes it's that deep breath in and the blow it out of you. Honestly, don't hold on to it. It's not serving you. And how you treat yourself is how other people are going to experience you, right? And this is the part where it's all connected. If you feel good about yourself, if you allow yourself to release those things and not hold them down, not live in regret, right? We've talked about that in the past. Don't do that to yourself. Give it away. Give it to God or whomever you believe in. But don't hold on to it. It's not serving you. So that's where we integrate, right? I did that. I cried. I had my little prayer afterwards, and I felt better. And I was like, every fiber of my existence says, get on there and share that little hack. Because I do these things daily, and I don't always think to share them. But if it can help one person, then so be it. Because everybody matters. Okay? All right, I'm going to get off. I still talk longer than I was planning on it. I'm so wordy. I can't help it. Gift of the gab. In any case, sending love, peace, healing, light, hope, all of the above to all of you. I think a lot of people are feeling a lot of things these days, but don't hold on to it. Process it, let it go, release, and continue to focus and transmute that into something positive for yourself, because you matter. Okay? All right. Peace out.